We have a better idea now on who will be the next mayor in the city of La Crosse. Vicki Markison and Mitch Reynolds earned the most votes in last night's primary, meaning both are moving on to the general election in April.
News 8 Now's Tyler Job caught up with both candidates today and tells us how they think they'll make the city better.
What was a field of 10 total candidates for La Crosse's next mayor is now down to the final two, Vicki Markison and Mitch Reynolds.
It is the most humbling thing to see those results come in, knowing that people voted for you and believe in you. I'm very grateful today.
I couldn't have done any of this without the volunteer efforts of those who were out in the streets, especially out when we had highs below zero.
Now the focus shifts to the general election in April.
Smooth transitions are always important for our system of government.
We're able to move into conversations around what does the city need for the next 4 years.
Markison says the city not only has a health crisis, but an economic crisis.
I just spoke to some small businesses this morning that said it will be 5 years until they get back to where they were.
The pandemic caused a $4.5 million deficit to the city's budget in 2020, forcing the city into a hiring freeze along with furloughs and layoffs for some people. The key to revamping the city's economy, Markison says, is lowering the unemployment rate.
Is there any help coming from the state? Is there any help coming from the federal? And where there's a gap, we have to fill it.
Reynolds wants to bring a voice to the most vulnerable and marginalized people, including minorities, the homeless, and LGBTQ communities.
It's my goal to make sure that all of those voices feel like they have a say in what we're doing here within the city and how we're providing services.
He thinks the city needs to provide fair housing and education to everybody.
That's the way that I feel that we can make this community better. That's how we improve. That's how we progress.
Markison was the top vote getter in Tuesday's primary with 1,560 votes. Reynolds was about 200 votes behind. In La Crosse, this is Tyler Job, News 8 Now.
Markison has a background in media and business. She is the former CEO of the La Crosse Area Chamber of Commerce and created an organization called Engage Greater La Crosse.
Reynolds also has a background in media. He is a former news director at Midwest Family Broadcasting in La Crosse and is also a former radio show host for WIZM.